My guest this afternoon on the afternoon show is Alan Pattinson from Guy Perry. Hi, Alan. How are you?
Hi, Andrea. I'm very well, thank you.
Great. Now, you've come on the show this afternoon to tell us all about how Guy Perry have been coping over the past difficult few weeks. Do you want to,
yes, that's right,
do you want to tell us a little bit about what's been going on?
Okay, from the first, Andrea, I mean, the very first thing we thought is the health and the well-being of our customers and our staff is our number one priority. So on the 24th of March, we took a very difficult decision to close the whole of the dealership, even though the workshop, it was allowed to be open.
Right.
It was quite a difficult decision. It was quite emotional because at that time, we had no idea if that was going to be the last time the garage was open.
Right.
Obviously, nobody has any idea what's going to happen at that stage. So the following day, I actually doubted my decision. Was it right or was it wrong? But as that day unfolded, we could see the rising cases of the virus and the very sad deaths. And that reassured me that closing the garage was morally the right thing to do. Mm. So in some respects, it was a bit of a relief because the responsibility of keeping the staff and the customers safe, it was quite worrying and quite challenging at the time.
That's right, because back in that time, nobody really, we couldn't really get our heads around it, could we? You know, it's such an unprecedented situation.
Yeah, it was very unprecedented.
Yeah.
Yes, and we had none of the knowledge that we have now.
Yeah.
So during lockdown, although the dealership was closed, the workshop was available for emergency repairs for NHS, care workers and key workers. Right. Obviously, we're all very grateful to them for everything they do. They're fantastic.
Yes, yeah.
So moving on from that, we were working from home, was myself and my wife. We had a lot of online meetings with Peugeot and Citroën, and their help and advice, it was invaluable.
Okay, how did they respond then? Because, I mean, obviously they're working from Europe, where they were sort of like 3 weeks ahead of us, weren't they? Did they have a particular advice that they could offer?
Yeah, they had a lot of good advice, and they've got a lot of experience with this virus because they have offices out in Wuhan. So they were more than 3 weeks ahead of us. So they were very good with that. And, you know, as the pandemic unfolded, we had to find the best way forward to get the business open in a secure manner. Yeah. And Peugeot and Citroën they were excellent.
Right.
So obviously from that, you know, there was some immediate challenges there from that. And obviously the immediate challenge would be the health and the well-being of our customers and staff.
Right. Yeah.
And obviously the second thing was the finances. The finances have got to work, otherwise there won't be a business.
Yeah.
So obviously we had the help from the government with furloughing the staff, grants from Barrow Council. They really did help.
Right.
Especially when we have further options on government-backed loans if we need them.
Right. Yeah. So you've ridden a storm, as it were. What's happening now with the garage, with the showroom?
So what's happening now is, or has happened now, is all the desks and the counters in the showroom, they've all been fitted with protective screening, clear screening. That's to protect the staff and obviously the customers as well. Social distancing measures, they've all been put in place. We've got hand sanitizers freely available. And all the staff, they've had training in the use of PPE, and we've got a good supply of gloves, shields, goggles, masks, and everything that's required.
Right. So have you got sort of limits on how many people can go into the showroom at any one time?
We're very fortunate. The showroom, as you know, is quite a large space, so we haven't had to put any limits on at all. But if that were the case, obviously we would monitor that and see how that went. Yeah.
And are people still able to test drive cars?
Yes, test driving cars is okay. Yes, the cars are sanitised before and after the road testing them, and obviously they road test them themselves. We don't go with them anymore.
Okay, right. So business is up and running, and people are very welcome to come back.
They're very welcome, yes. And we put other things in place to give customers confidence that the dealership is safe. We've installed a full digital and contactless system, which enables us to transfer documents to them electronically, obviously to minimise the contact and transfer of the virus.
Right, I see. So yeah.
All this gave us the confidence.
It's not necessary for people to have a sort of face-to-face meeting with their sales representative, because you've got, you can do it all electronically.
We can, yes.
Right.
And obviously all this gave us the confidence to open the workshops early in May and the sales department last Monday. So customers really can be assured that, their health and safety does come first.
Great. Right. So any plans for the future then? We're just going to see how this goes for now, and slowly, increase contact, I suppose, is the way forward, is it?
Yes, I'm quite optimistic about the future. At the moment, we still have 50% of our staff that are furloughed.
Right.
But we made a great start to getting back to business. So I'm hopeful within the next few weeks or even months, we'll be back to full staff.
Right.
But prior to the lockdown, we just launched some fantastic new products.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had the all-new Peugeot 208 and the Peugeot 2008 SUV. And both of these vehicles are available in petrol, diesel, or full electric.
Electric, yeah. This is the big buzzword, isn't it, for the future?
It is.
I mean, I've been reading, that because public transport obviously people are still a bit frightened of public transport because of the contacts. That that there could, in theory, be a sort of boom time for the motor industry. With particularly with sort of like small city-sized cars, electric cars that that people would become more reliant on those in the years ahead.
Yes, I tend to agree. It does look like that's what's going to happen, especially when there's no advice to use public transport. So people have to get about. So let's hope that happens.
Yeah. And that Guy Perry is leading the way.
Yes. So, the future is very exciting, and I'm looking forward to working with yourselves at Can Do FM and the local community.
Brilliant. That's great. Well, we wish you all the best, of course. Guy Perry, a great supporter of Can Do FM. And wish you all the best with over the next few weeks as you slowly reintroduce the showroom, and just reassuring everybody that Peugeot is open for business and it's safe and all the measures are in place.
That's great. Thank you very much, Andrea, for having me on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Alan.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Alan.